Erev Shabbos, interesting in today's parsha, you find something very, very unique. After Aaron HaKohen passes away, it says, Vayivko kol beis Yisrael. All the Yidden were crying for 30 days, men and women. And it was the longest period of crying is 30 days. But this time, which was unique, was it was men and women, kol beis Yisrael. Why was it so special that Aaron HaKohen got such a special time of, you would say, bechia, of crying for him when he passed away? So it's mentioned because he was the one that used to make shalom and achdos amongst peers and people, and he was there between ishtoi, between a husband and spouses, and as well between two people that were not getting along. Aaron HaKohen would bridge the gap and help people get along. And therefore, men and women were there when he cried. When he passed away, they all cried, and it was 30 days of everyone crying because everyone enjoyed his presence, and everyone agreed to have him. What was Aaron's unique trick and tactic to make shalom between husband and wife? He would go over to one of them, to one of the sides, and he said, "Do you know that?" The one that you're fighting with wants to make up and is very ashamed of what they did. They just want to make up with you. And Aaron HaKohen would not say the truth. He would go to the other side and say, "Do you know that one you were fighting with, Yankel or Shmerel or Avram or Reuben, whatever his name is, he wants to make up and he's so upset that he was fighting with you. And he feels so regretful. And he's ashamed to meet you." By doing that, 5 days later, 2 days later, next day they would meet, these two, and each of them already had in mind that the other side is ashamed and wants to meet me and is ashamed of what they did. So each would be an easier way for them to handle each other and to make achdas. So Aaron HaKohen really, he would play the game and he made achdas between two sides. But was Aaron lying? Was Aaron saying the truth? Did he lie? The Gemara says that you're allowed to lie. You're allowed to, it's not, you could cover up this truth in order for achdus and shalom, for peace, for shalom. But how did Aaron do it? Really, we learned from him that you could do it. How does he convince one and say not the truth? That he's not the truth. You know what the answer is? Because every single yid wants to do shalom. Every yid wants to do the mitzvah of l'recha kamoicha. How do you know? Because the Rambam says that koyfen oisay at sheyever reitzani. Sometimes people, you could convince them till he says he's going to do it because a person wants to do every mitzvah. You're allowed to convince someone to do a mitzvah because he wants to do every mitzvah and he has his full will. So when actually Aaron HaKohen is saying his friend wants to make up achdas, the answer is he does want to make up. He does want to convince each other and be able to make achdas. And that's why it wasn't a lie, it's actually the truth. And may we take this inspiration to make achdas and avos Yisrael, ben adam l'chavei ben ish le'ishtoi, and we should learn in the ways of the Aaron HaKohen, oyev shalom v'redeh shalom, and we should see the schus of after the chemoich hazeh kol gadol b'toyre, we should see the geula hamitzvah shleima takeoff from Yad Mamish Good Shabbos.